Hey, good morning. It is 10:24 a.m. It is July 23rd and it is Saturday. For some reason I kept thinking, oh wait, no, sorry. It's actually Sunday. I'm off a day. But anyway, when you stay home all the time, the days start to merge into just one big blur. So anyway, I wanted to come on here and make this video because I was looking on my page, Microsoft, they have all these like new news articles listed, blogs that people write, and there was one that popped up and caught my attention, and I wanted to share this with you. It's titled Black personal trainer wins 11 million in landmark discrimination lawsuit, exposes rampant racism. So obviously this is going to interest me because I believe that I deserve compensation of everything that happened to me multiple times. And basically what's being described here in the story, her name is Robynn Europe. It says, in a landmark decision, a jury recently ruled in favor of Robynn Europe, a black personal trainer, in her discrimination lawsuit against high-end gym Equinox. Europe alleges that she faced racial and gender discrimination and that she was fired in retaliation for calling out racism and sexism within the company. When I'm looking at her story, it looks so much like mine. I don't know, maybe who may have arranged her job or whatever, but this is very common with a lot of people of color going into the workplaces, and I believe they're getting mobbed out of their jobs, and obviously because there's a network behind it, much like mine. The article goes on to say that she was quickly promoted after being hired by Equinox in 2018. Europe quickly rose to a supervisory role, overseeing a group of employees. And I would say that sounds very similar to my case. Like, this is ridiculous type things. But see, they don't really believe that you or deserve these titles. Okay, it's actually you are being brought into a job to be bullied. That's exactly what you're there for. Okay, and most of the time when you see people going from job to job to job to job, such as myself, they're getting mobbed out of their job because of these behaviors and these outbreaks that are going on in the workplace. And in what I'm reading here, this girl is experiencing exactly the same thing as what I did. Okay, because I get promoted quickly. Okay, it's not just because I do believe that because I did put the output. I mean, I actually did produce it, and I worked and I did my best to deserve that money. Okay, but I also believe there's some other alternative motive. Like, I know that the last place that I was there at, I had a guy who was a Mexican. He was one of the supervisors there, and he basically told me that he didn't believe that blacks should be in management. Now, can you honestly tell me that he was not a part of that network? Okay, and so I kept thinking something's up. I'm trying to figure out who led him or encouraged him to say this. Okay, this man looked a lot like my brother. Even though he was not black, he looked like he could be black. Okay, he was a very dark complexion, Mexican with a very dark complexion. Okay, what I'm experiencing here and what these people are in denial of, but is quite obvious, is that this is a form of racism, like amped up on steroids. Same case with this one here. So anyway, the article continues. It's basically saying that her co-workers made racist comments. Same with mine. In several of my workplaces, okay? And of course, if you go ahead and report this to management, it's going to go in one ear and out the other. I already knew that by then. I knew not to say anything. Just, whatever. Let them just roll off, okay? Because I know that I was already aware that this was a highly racist form of harassment, okay? So when you're dealing with these issues, like when I was over at Murray Family Farms, okay, Murray Family Farms, I had reported these issues several times, okay, and because he was in on it with Terry, he didn't care. And I remember him yelling at me and trying to cover all this up like he wasn't doing anything. You did so fucking much wrong, it's not even funny. Okay, you think it's okay to follow one person, you set a harassment environment in one area, and then it's not enough when that person leaves. They wanted there. I was fine. I was like, okay, I had sent some sort of consent agreement saying that I wasn't going to say anything. So I left the company. I didn't say a darn thing. I was followed everywhere I go with this harassment thing. And then when I remember going up to his company a few years later and asking, about a year or two later, asking, what's going on around town? I'm losing my jobs and everything. And he and I got in a little bit of an argument. You know what I mean? I really wish I could have punched him. He knew what was going on. You know what I mean? So these people think that enacting these sort of like punishments after you leave the company is not, it only proves the point. The point is that these people are stalking you. The point is that they are enacting more racism. Okay? So anyway, I'm going on with the article. Yeah, the lady said that there was no, she reported the actions, but no disciplinary actions were taken by management. Same thing, okay? Why? Because management is in on it, the business owners are in on it, and they're okay with it because they're a part of this group thinking that I'm like an adulteress of a white man, and I don't know what they were thinking, okay? But I don't believe that how can I say this? I don't see how they could not have seen that this was not true, okay? And that I was not deserving of this. Or they were just doing it because they wanted to enact racism and get away with it, okay? I was dealing with evil, wicked people, no doubt, no fucking doubt. Don't even deny it. This is one of the reasons why they want to bring you into interviews and constantly traumatize you and make you sit and work among people that are told and instructed to treat you like shit. Oh, and think it's funny that you're forced to wear a uniform because they say so. You're enacting racism. Leave me the fuck alone, Terry Collins. Okay, you should have left me alone after I left the Murray Family Farms place. Anyway, going back to this, I can see this woman's similarities. She was fired after that, and then she says, others weren't. Like, for example, there are certain things that people do in the company that they get away with. But if you were to do it, you would only be getting in trouble because they hate you anyway. You see what I'm saying? Not to say that because I've always tried to be the model employee. Okay, especially when I got older. When I was younger, what the hell did I care? I was only working to get, a couple extra bucks so I could buy clothes. I didn't really have any responsibility. But as I got older, after I had my son, I was all about work and doing everything right, okay? Little Miss Goody Two-Shoes. So yeah, I started falling down and breaking down and falling apart because I could not stand being in this program anymore. Okay, I cannot deal with having somebody manipulate my employment and then walking into toxic environments just for your own fucking entertainment. Really. So this is what happens to a lot of people of color. So she filed a lawsuit, and I think that's good that she did that. And I'm glad that she's got her money. And what needs to be done is, Karen, you deserve to pay me money. I deserve compensation. I deserve compensation from every single employer who got involved in this. I should not have to work a day in my life. Okay? Now this is just one of the issues that she had with one employer. Think of how much money I deserve to have from all these fucking employers. Every single last one. That Joe bitch over there with that Miley Holmes place, I remember her, she wanted me to hit her. She was trying to provoke me to hit her. You know what? And if I was not law-abiding, I would have not only hit her, I would have made sure she never got up again. Okay? I have to carry a lot of like really intense feelings inside of me. Okay? And I have every right to feel them. And then here's what Terry gets. She gets upset. Once she's crossed the line, and then if you stand up for yourself, somehow you're behaving irrationally. You're being bad, and you need to be punished. Why? Because I'm not respecting your white supremacy. Get real, Terry. You think I'm going to fix your fucking problems? I'm supposed to change my life to help you out? You're putting my life in jeopardy? That's your fucking problem, bitch. Anyway. I'm glad this woman got her money. I am very glad that the jury sided with her. There's a lot of issues that are going on in the workplace now, and they've always been there. Okay, and I think people are becoming aware of them. People are getting very worn down by what's going on in the work environment. It's just absolutely crazy. And in this case, this is an issue of racism. But taking the racism aside, okay, there's still this narcissism that goes on. There's still this sort of, they want to take it to the next level, meaning like they can't just be content with monitoring you at work, of which I can understand that. They want to monitor you at the grocery store. They want to do this. They want to do that. That's none of your damn business. And they want to use excuses and lies and distort the truth. I am not this man's wife. I am not somebody who's wanting. They want to say that. Why? Maybe they're making this story up about me wanting to get married to Bruce, or Bruce wanting to marry me, so that they can have access to certain resources, so that they can use this as a form of manipulating my employment. Or does everybody know that Terry's a liar and that they support her anyway, just because they want to enact racism? I don't fucking goddamn know what. Okay? But anyway, I am saying that I'm very glad that this woman took responsibility for what was rightfully hers. She should not have to suffer. And you know what? Neither should I. I'm going to wrap up this video. Take care.